Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the J22 Report. I'm your host, Johnnie Market. You all know that drill. Hit that like button and subscribe if you already have it. Now, let's get into today's news. But first, let's do a disclaimer. I always put this below, but nothing I say should be construed as financial advice. Just my thoughts and my opinions on the markets and what's going on. You don't have to like them, you don't have to agree with them, but it would be cool if you listen. So anyway, let's get into today's news. Big news: gold, silver. Gold broke over 2,400, and silver that broke over 30. So my thoughts on this is, yeah, of course, silver at 31.58 and 2,415 for gold. Of course, this is the 19th on Sunday. So just in case you're wondering the date. So yeah, this is big news for gold, big news for silver, and this is a breakout. This is what a bull market looks like. And yeah, I expect this to continue throughout the year. Will there be small pullbacks or corrections along the way? Probably. Just my opinion, obviously, not investment advice. But yeah, this is great. For this is what the gold bugs have been waiting for. We'll see my target 25 to 2,800. We'll see if that meets. I would say the main reason I say this year is I do expect a stock market crash coming, and I do expect to be some sort of sell off for many reasons. Whether it's people who have gold positions they bought in October of 2023, or they've had positions for a while. Or one example, they could have bought it 25 or 30, 10 or 11 years ago, and silver's at 40, and they might just want to get rid of it. They might say this is too emotionally exhausting. I'm up from this now, from my original buying. So anyway, I'm gonna get rid of it, and I'll never forget. I'll never think about it again. It could be some people, when this economy crashes, they lose jobs, they need to get by, and they have all these gold silver equity positions, and they just sell them. They sell them because they'll need that money for the next couple of months while they're looking for a new job. So many reasons could occur, in my opinion. So that's what it is. But yeah, this is a bull market. I'm not buying anything right now. Is it too late? I don't know. I expect this to only happen a year. Some people say 3 or 4. I hope they're right, and we'll see what happens. I Last time I bought was about 4 months ago. I haven't really bought much. I bought some in January when it was low, and so speaking of buying, I own this stock, not a recommendation or whatnot. I bought it months ago, so it was a lot lower. But to show we're in a bull market, New Gold just did an equity financing, and it was at about 185 or 190 when it issued the financing. And this was like earlier this week, and it went down 4 or 5 cents. Like all equity financing, you increase the shares, uh, prices go down. But after the equity financing was complete, not only did it, right now it's over $2.10. Just gonna see where New Gold is. NGD, I'm just looking at real quick. Yeah, it's $2.11 right now. And it's going up. That did not happen in 2021, 2022, 2023. Did not happen from the bear market all the way from 2012 to 2018. This type of behavior, it's more indicative of a bull market. They issue shares, they have a successful financing, and prices go up. That's what a bull market looks like. So New Gold's equity financing is a perfect example. So you want proof, more proof we're in a bull market, just look at that financing. In terms of, if you're I'm not big on gold versus the stock market or correlations. As I say, it's the economic data. You want to go recently, October, what were they talking about? Goldilocks, soft landing. Uh, the Fed was taking victory laps. Well, what's happening now? Inflation has reasserted itself. It's the BLS data. Whether you think it's real or not, it's what Wall Street pays attention to, and they take it seriously. That's where the big money is. That's where the money that affects the markets. That's so it's important, whether it's true or not. And and if you look at going back to the data, this week, construction data, manufacturing production was horrible. Retail sales were zero. PPI much higher than expected. CPI was still sticky inflation. So you look at it, we have inflation problems and we have a declining economy. This is very bullish for gold. And that's why the gold stock price has gone up significantly this year. This is why I said you have to remember, why is the stock market going up? Once again, remember your fundamentals. We're in the most corrupt ruling class we've ever seen. So they're going to do everything they can to keep this market propped up. Even if so the fundamentals, you're looking at that, they're juicing up asset prices. It's an election year. So that's, remember the fundamentals. But if you look at it, more gold bull market action. Dow Jones, I'm looking at the Dow Jones ETF, looking at year to date total return 6.82%. And if you look at the S&P 500, the Spiders ETF, year to date total return 11.47. Meanwhile, you have GLD, their year to date total return is 17%. And if you look at the expense ratio of the Dow Jones is 0.16%. The expense ratio is 0.9, and the expense ratio 0.09. So 0.16 for the Dow Jones, 0.09, and the expense ratio for GLD is 0.4%. So much higher expense ratio, but the year to date total return is higher. So not only is it higher cost, but it has a higher not only does it have a higher return, but also has a higher expense ratio. So gold is clearly outperforming the stock market. That is bull market action. And let's get into the economy real quick for the week. I already went into poor economic data, but Friday, I did not do a video Friday. And the Conference Board leading economic index, you guessed it, down 6%. Oh, it was supposed to be 3%, so it's worse than we thought. So expect more bad economic data. Will there be bounces? Sure, but they are not going to be able to show a robust economy anytime soon. So that's bullish for gold. And more problems, and two more things. Cracker Barrel. It's talking about all these restaurants struggling with the higher cost and low wages, Bidenomics at its best. And if you look at it, the economy's still doing poor. And the reason it's still doing poor is because it is poor economy and bad policies and many of things. And Cracker Barrel just cut its dividend. And I've said this in videos before. This is a bottom up crash. The rich are starting to hurt it. Walmart in their conference calls talked about how they are now getting the higher end customer. Well, that's because the high end customers can't afford the high end stores anymore, so they're going down the wall. Pretty soon they'll be shopping at Aldi and Lidl. So that's more signs of a deteriorating economy. Cracker Barrel, and I mean, I like Cracker Barrel. I mean, I love the show The Ranch on Netflix, so maybe that's why I think Cracker Barrel food is good. Obviously, it's not great, but their dumplings are fantastic. Breakfast, I mean, and then last thing, this is just I thought was interesting. This is Wall Street Journal. I found this on Seeking Alpha. I'm not really going to post all these articles. I'm sure you can find them. Says Fed looks to slash planned capital requirement holding requirements for big banks. Yeah, of course. More bigs, more room for the bigs, as Solente says. They're not going to do it for the small regional banks. They're going to go under. They're going to try to get the big banks to buy up those assets. So we have a duopoly or oligopoly. The big banks, though, they are going to go bankrupt soon over the next couple of years. So, anyway, yeah, that's more to say. Gold outperforming the stock market, bad economic data. It's a bull market, and obviously not investment advice or anything, but I'm holding on to my equities. Somewhere between 2,500, 2,800, or 2,900 is probably well. I'll lighten the load. Of course, I have so much money. Basically, almost all of it's in PMs. So I will be looking to diversify soon. I expect this to come in the year. And why do I sound so sure? Easy. I've been through a lot of gold markets. I used to sell precious metals. I've learned a thing or two, and there's a lot of misinformation, whether it's from technical analysts who are almost always wrong, and fundamental analysts. And a lot of people, I had to sell gold. I had to learn on the fly. I had to learn making transactions, made $1 million transactions in this industry, worked with gold buyers from all over the world, and I wanted to pass that knowledge on. So, anyway, if you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe if you already haven't, and I will see you next video.